Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. You guys, I put the wrong intro in. That's okay. I'm going to get it together one day. So, news broke yesterday that Jace is back living with his grandmother, Barbara. I think everyone suspected this when we found out that he was in North Carolina. We all suspected that he was back with Barbara. Well, now news is coming out that a judge ruled on this, that Jenelle sent him back to North Carolina. And from what the word on the curb is, she sent him back to North Carolina because that's where he wanted to go. He wanted to go to North Carolina, but she didn't want him to go to Barbara's. She was like, fine, you want to go to North Carolina? You want to out me on Facebook? You want to put our text messages out and make me look like a bad mom? Fine, go back to North Carolina. Here's you a flight. Go, take off. But when she found out that he was at Barbara's and that Barbara wanted to bring him back home and let him live with her, Jenelle got upset, got mad, and was like, nope, you can't live with her. But the judge disagreed. The judge was like, nope, if your mom wants to take him in, then we're going to let your mom take him in. Jenelle actually told the judge, though, he needs to be in a facility. I don't want him living with my mom. He needs to be placed in a facility, according to what the Ashley sources is telling her, right? I don't know if she thought, oh, I'm wondering if she put him on a flight and said, you know what, just go stay on the property. Because she's done that before. Not exactly like that, but in the past, whenever he moved in with his dad, Andrew, and things didn't work out there, she Jace had his dad drive him back to North Carolina. And when he got there, he was like, I don't want to go home. I want to stay here. So Jenelle allowed him to stay at the house on the property. Yeah. She was okay with him staying on the property, but things didn't go well there. So he ended up having to come back. I don't know exactly what transpired when he was living on the property for the short period. Allegedly, it was like him and a couple of friends. I don't know. So I'm not sure if she was like, you know what, just fine, go stay on the property. May's there. If you need something, call her. Your dad's there, call him. But allegedly, from the way that this is being reported, is she did not want him to be with Barbara. So let's go over this article. Jenelle's sister Ashley put out a video as well that we're going to listen to. Okay, so it says Jenelle Evans' son Jace is once again living with his grandmother Barbara in North Carolina. Let me make that a little bit bigger for you guys. Jace Evans has been a volleyballed across the country for months, but the teen mom kid is finally back at home in North Carolina with his grandmother, Barbara Evans. Although the Ashley had refrained from revealing that Jace was back with Barbara, the Sun broke the news on Wednesday, and the Ashley can confirm that it is true. As the Ashley told you, Jace was sent to North Carolina the same night that he publicly leaked text messages between him and his mom that showed Jenelle in a very unflattering light. So the same night he did this, she said, you know what? You're out. Fine. You're leaving. The Ashley sources confirmed that Jace went straight to Barbara's house after he touched down in North Carolina, and he's been there ever since. The Ashley source also confirmed that Barbara, as well as other family members, are doing everything they can to make Jace's living situation a permanent arrangement. And here's the thing, Jace, Barbara had custody of Jace for years. Jenelle took Barbara to court either 2 or 3 times, I don't remember, more than once. Over the years, when she was with David and they were, filming Teen Mom, she took her mom to court to get custody back of Jace, and the judge always ruled against her. The judge always ruled that Jace was to stay with Barbara. And the last time this happened, it was on a more permanent basis. The judge said, like, no, he will live with her until he is 18. The way that Jenelle got custody of Jace was not because a judge said, yes, he needs to go back and live with you, was because Barbara did it, though. When Jace was 14 years old, not long before he turned 15, Barbara said, okay, Jace can live with you. She felt, she was getting up there in age. And I'm not going to say Barbara did not have problems out of Jace. She did. Barbara had issues out of Jace as well. I don't know how horrible they got because Barbara has kept those things pretty tight-lipped. If it ever got to the point to where he was, destroying her house, she never put that out there. There was never, there's no 911 calls that were ever discovered or found. Whereas, she had him from the time he was born until he was 14 and a half. And we've heard things that Jenelle has said. Like Jenelle has said, yeah, it was rough for my mom. My mom was having trouble out of him. It got physical. It was turning physical with my mom. So Jenelle has said those things. I don't know if Barbara's ever said anything to that extreme other than she had issues. There was also one incident that we do know that he ran away. And this was after she gave custody over to Jenelle. He lived with Jenelle, but then he started running away. And the time that he ran away and he said that David attacked him, CPS stepped in, put him in a facility to get back on his medication. After he was released from the facility, they placed him back with Barbara. CPS was, investigating everything, and Jace left one day. And Barbara discovers that he's gone. And during this time, because CPS was investigating everything, they would show up. Like they would just show up to make sure everything was good, that Jace was home, that he was doing what he needed to do. So Barbara got really scared, like, oh my God, what if they show up and he's not here and I don't know where he's at? So she called the police and reported, look, listen, he's gone. But when the police were there, Jace walked back up and he was like, no, I was just walking to a friend's house. Like I wasn't running away. So, and then I was told by a source that he went to go find something because his mom was letting him smoke. This is alleged. This is based on what I was told, that Jenelle, when she got custody of Jace, she took him off his medication and started letting him smoke marijuana. Well, then when he was in CPS custody and he was in the facility, obviously he couldn't smoke marijuana. So when he got back to Barbara, he took off one day to go find it. And it wasn't like a runaway situation, but that's what I was told as far as like the time that we know that he ran away. I don't know if there was other instances, but it's very possible. But one thing we do know is that Barbara, if she had as many issues, she dealt with them in a way that was not so public. But she did sign custody of Jace over to Jenelle when Jace was about 14 and a half, almost 15. And it was because, he was getting up there and, she said Jenelle and David seemed to be doing well. There was, as far as she knew, there was not any fighting going on. They had not separated in a while. And she felt that Jace needed like a male figure in his life. They were all getting along. Barbara, Jace, David, Jenelle, they were all getting along for a while. So she thought this would be the best thing to do was to let, him. Jenelle had begged for years. Jenelle had taken her to court several times to try to get him back. So Barbara finally said, okay, take him back. But that did not last long at all. And he started running away, and at that point, Barbara had signed custody back over to Jenelle. So there was nothing that she could do. And according to my sources, I was told when he started running away, Barbara was like, oh my goodness, like I need to get you back because things are not going well there. But it would have taken, probably taken her back to court. So Barbara has kind of, when Jace ran away in Vegas the last time, the time that Jenelle sent him to go live with his dad, Barbara told Jenelle then, let him come back home. Just let him come back home. I'll take him. And Jenelle said, no, he's not going back to you. Like, you're older in age and he needs like a male figure in his life. So no, he can go live with his dad. But that didn't last long either, right? So yeah, Jenelle has never won custody of Jace. She was given custody of Jace from Barbara a couple years ago when Jace was 14 and a half, almost 15. So anyways, the article goes on to say, that Barbara as well as other family members are trying to make Jace's living arrangement permanent again for him to be back with Barbara. There was a court date earlier this week that Barbara attended. Jenelle was also on the call, but was not happy about the judge allowing Jace to live with Barbara. Jenelle made it clear she did not want Jace to come back to Vegas, but she didn't want him living with Barbara and was pushing for Jace to go to a facility of some kind. The judge did not agree with Jenelle and okayed Jace's living situation. Jace okayed Jace to live with his grandmother. If all continues to go well, the judge will allow Jace to decide where he wants to live once he's off probation, because he is on probation. The Ashley can confirm the Sun's report that Jace is doing online school. It says he does not have any plans at this time to go back to in-person high school. Barbara is fine with him doing his school online. Jenelle made it known that she is not happy with Barbara. After the court hearing, Jenelle posted, "My mom is the biggest manipulator I've ever met in my life." That's wild, because I feel like your mom's trying to help. You can't raise Jace. You said yourself you don't want him going back to Vegas. You don't want him going back to Vegas. And here's the thing. I don't feel like Jenelle even cares enough about Barbara to say, "You know what, Mom, he's a danger to you. So no, we can't have him there either." If I felt like that, then I might, like, if I felt like Jenelle really cared about Barbara in that way, enough for that, then I would say, "Well, maybe, Jace has been living with her for the past year and a half. Maybe she has seen how violent he can get, and maybe she's just scared for her mom. Maybe she just don't want Jace to end up getting physical with her mom, getting violent with her mom." But I don't think Janelle cares enough about her mom for that. Like, well, I think it's an ego thing. Exactly. I think it is. Janelle wanted to, she wanted it to look like she was this great mom, and she's single, she's doing it by herself, she's this single boss mom raising 3 kids, one that has struggled, and she just got custody back of him like a year and a half ago, and she's doing so great. So now for him to go back to Barbara, that's a big failure on her part. She would rather Janelle would rather tell the public, this is my opinion, Janelle would rather tell the public Jace is, he's just struggling really bad with mental health, so much so that we had to put him in a facility. She would rather tell people that than say, "Well, you know what? He moved back in with my mom because that's where he preferred to be. He does better with her. She's okay with him living there. She wanted him to live there, and he seems to be better when he's there. So I let him go live with her." Rather than, she don't want to say that. She would really much rather, in my opinion, say, "Well, he's got really, bad mental health issues, and he needed to be institutionalized. He needed to be put into a facility." There was no way for Jace to not be in a facility and to be with her mom. It proves, or it at least appears, that he can be handled by someone, and she don't want the world to think that her mom can handle him when she can't. That is my opinion. That's just my opinion. Let's see if there's any more. Okay, the article goes on to say the comments did not garner Jenelle much support on either of her social media platforms, with many people pointing out the similarities Jenelle has to her manipulative mother. One person in the comment section wrote, "You're the same person." Another person commented, "Takes one to know one." Maybe it's the truth that you're mad at, like mother, like daughter. You're the same person, and so are you, Jenelle. Takes one to know one. Guess that's who you learned it from. Last Friday, Jace returned to social media to express his happiness about being back in North Carolina. He also slammed Jenelle on his Instagram stories and revealed that she allegedly blocked him. So Jace wrote on his social media on Instagram, "Crazy how my mom blocked me, but I'm doing a lot better. Just an FYI, I'm back down in North Carolina." Jace then referred to his mom's recent social media post about him. He said, "I don't understand why my mom keeps putting up with all this BS. She needs to let everything go. She shut my phone off because she's mad, but she keeps posting stuff about me. She keeps posting stupid stuff about tabloids. I don't give a F about that crap. Nobody in my family is doing that. So think what you want to think, but the truth is the truth." He then told his mother that he's aware that she doesn't want him to post what he said. Am I saying that right? He then told his mother that he's aware that she doesn't want him to post what he says is the truth about her and her parenting. "You're never going to like it," he wrote. Sucks to hear that, but like I said, the truth is the truth. He then asked Jenelle to refrain from posting about him. Jay said, she just needs to stop posting all this stuff. It's over. I'm back in NC, and that's that. She's scared for her own loss. And before we found out that Jace was in fact back with Barbara, we just knew that he was in North Carolina. Jenelle's sister Ashley posted a video. We're gonna listen to it.
So I have actually talked to Jace, and he's doing.
You guys let me know if y'all can hear that. It's like 7 minutes long. It was longer than that, but I edited it down to where she's really just talking about Jenelle, Jace, Kaiser, and Inslee. So this is what Jenelle's sister Ashley posted a few days ago.
So I have actually talked to Jace, and he's doing well. And there is a lot of things that are going on. I'm going to make a video on it, hopefully in the next week or two. I have a lot of stuff personally going on right now. I have to keep my privacy, just, privacy for Jace at this point. I've been very exhausted. I've been very upset. It's been really, really stressful just for the past 6 months. People don't know what's been going on with my sister Jenelle. People do not know the whole full story. So far she's done nothing but lie like she normally does. I even did some research. Somebody sent me a few videos of my sister lying about other family members of mine, and I seen it and I commented on that, and it is just really upsetting that she always lies. I've seen videos of her a few days ago, that she was sad or something on her Twitch. I don't have sympathy for my sister.
What?
People have asked me to go help her. There is no helping my sister when you have substance abuse and mental health issues. From what I heard today from my family and, when I spoke to, Jace, my sister is not stable. She's mentally unstable. And I just wanted to post this because a lot of people have been sending me messages and they're concerned about Jace. Jace is safe. He's doing well. I will say that I am proud of him for sticking up for himself, and things are getting better for him. And that's all that anybody needs to know. I did a video, on the passing of my late father and how stressful and overwhelming that has been the past 6 to 9 months. And I'm just leaving it at that. I noticed that it's taken a toll on my health, just listening to the back and forth stuff between my sister and my mom and just other family, between just other situations that my sister has been causing chaotic problems with. And it's overwhelming. I have my 2 kids to take care of in my house and, my job. I get up very early. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. It's very difficult to watch this stuff online, to dissect it and kind of understand it, to decipher which is a lie and which is not. And unfortunately, I have to be quiet because there's just numerous things. I will be back on here in the next week or a couple weeks. And my sister is very angry about the situation, but she wanted to send my nephew back to North Carolina, and that's all that it is. I don't know if she wanted him back, to show the internet that, or online, her social media platforms, that she is a good mom or this, and that. Well, it's unfortunate. And there's a lot of hard feelings that I have about, just my sister being a mom. And it's just very, very sad. But we'll get into that in another video because I think it's important that people know. I'm not trying to cause problems or whatever, but this has been really difficult for me. But he is safe. He's doing well. I will be making another video. There's nothing else I can say about it right now. And I'm not going to comment on what Jay said or what my mom said. And Jace has a huge support system here in North Carolina. And, things are going to get better. I will make a comment about my niece and my nephew, Kaiser. I feel very bad for Kaiser because, he's having behavioral issues as well. And he's not behaving in school. There's been a lot of things that has been going on with him. And, unfortunately, his father, Nathan, is in prison now. So, a lot of people do not understand that, Kaiser has been through a lot and it's traumatizing to him. So he's acting out for, help. He's acting out for attention. And unfortunately, my sister's not there to take care of her kids or, do the right thing. And it's sad.
Taylor.
That's what I'm going to say right now. Ensley, I do feel bad for her. I feel like, she may be like brainwashed and, told certain things, but I don't really know. But I don't know. I just hope that they're going to be okay, my nieces and nephews. I hope that somebody or someone intervenes and does the right thing to make sure that these kids are taken care of now that my nephew Jace is not around. But yeah, and I don't know if Tori's still there. Others have messaged me about that. I don't know if she's still there, but Tori's a very bad influence. She's been a very bad influence for my sister, like way before she was even on 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom 2. Like, I knew Tori and her older sister Angelica when I was in high school, and I knew they were bad news. It's just really sad. And unfortunately, I mean, you're in your 30s now. I mean, you shouldn't be going out. I mean, I go out and I drink every now and then, and I go out for dinner and stuff and, do whatever. But, like, I don't flaunt it all over social media. That's not appropriate. I got, kids and, I have a professional job. Like, I don't need people.
Girl, it ain't even that she goes out to the bar and flaunts it. She goes out almost every night. And what she's flaunting on social media is her naked body. I mean, that's the big issue. That and that she goes out every night. She's going out almost every night, like 3-4 nights in a row. And then maybe she'll take a 2-night break and her kids are at home. And Jace babysits the kids sometimes. And she tried to defend herself like, oh, I hire a babysitter from care.com. Like, okay, girlfriend, like, even if you hire a babysitter, we still know that Jace is babysitting some of those nights when he's already been told by CPS. CPS told you Jace cannot babysit. Yes, he is old enough. However, due to his mental health issues, he can't babysit.
To see all that on the internet, But I just wanted to point that out. I will be back. It's been very difficult to watch. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I have huge bags under my eyes. I have not been sleeping for the past couple weeks because I'm so worried about Jace because the whole situation. A lot of people don't understand, like, when he was an infant, I used to babysit him and I used to watch him for my parents when they worked. So that was also, somebody, asked about that, like if I'll take him in. I'd love to take my nephew in, but I think he's good where he's at now and he's safe and he's doing better. So he's making the right choices. He's gonna, need services and things like that, and he's gonna go get that here. But he is safe, so the internet doesn't have to worry. My nephew, I don't think he has a telephone anymore. His telephone, I'm old, cell phone anymore. I think my sister did turn it off or something along that lines. But he's also going to watch what he says because I have a feeling my sister will use it against him. And I'm being completely honest. I'm not talking bad about her. It is what it is, and, people seem to bash me when I speak out, but it is the truth. I mean, I can't change what has been done. Like, I've been offline for the past month or two, waiting and watching for things to unfold. But I will be back. And Jace is okay. He's fine. I spoke to him. And he's in the right place where he needs to be.
So this was before it came out that he was back with Barbara, but now that we know he is with Barbara, and I think Ashley has very valid points. She's like, I'm worried about Kaiser and Hensley. Now that Jace is not there, I'm worried about them. But she did say he's going to get the care that he needs while he, living back in North Carolina. He has a lot of support there. His dad now lives in North Carolina as well. I don't know if they're going to continue any sort of relationship. He lived with his dad for a very short period and allegedly things did not go well. So I don't know. I'm really not sure. Now, Rue over on X, take it for what you want. Rue said, okay, so hear me out. The reason Jenelle wants Jace in a facility instead of with Barbara is because the arguments between Barbara and Jace had started getting physical. The reason Barbara signed custody over was because Jace had put Barbara in the hospital it's not in his best interest to be there. I think he needs to be away from all of them and focus on a healthy environment. Now, I did not even read all of that. I read the first part of it, and I honestly wish I wouldn't have read all that because I have sources close to this family, and I've never been told that Jace put Barbara in the hospital. That is the first I've ever heard that. So please do not go and repeat, oh, Jace put Barbara in the hospital, and that came from Elle. I talked to people that know them, and never once has anybody said Jace put his grandmother in the hospital. So I didn't even read that. I read the first part of it about, why she wants him in a facility instead of with Barbara because the arguments they got physical. So I was going to read that because Jenelle has stated such. Jenelle has made those claims as well that Jace has gotten physical with his mom, and that's why his mom, that's why Barbara signed him over to Jenelle. But that last part, I have no evidence of that. The people that I have spoken to have never said that he put Barb in the hospital, so I'm not sure about that. Wow. If that's the case, I don't think I've ever heard that. Yeah, and we still don't know who Rue is, so I mean, take it for what you want. I'm not saying Rue's wrong, but I'm also just saying, like, proceed with caution. Now we're gonna jump over to Instagram because Jenelle did like a Q&A. Actually, I'm going to try to. I'm gonna go to this. She did a Q&A where people asked her questions about Jace, about Tori, about the party, and about Jace babysitting, all the things, and she answered them. Team Mom Shade Room has some of them, but Team Mom Shade Room does not have all of them. So I tried to email myself them so they would be on my computer because I don't think they're up anymore on Janelle's page. Give me a second. I'm saving them to my computer really quickly. Things like, you say you learned not to cuss. You had in all caps. You said F you to your son. Make it make sense. And she responded to that. So we're going to look at all these, everything that she had to say in this Q&A. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think Jace is better off with Barbara? Or do you guys think that no, that like maybe he's dangerous to Barbara? I don't know. And we know Jace struggles with some mental health issues. And listen, let me tell you, when it comes to mental health, gosh, it is the toughest, it's one of the toughest things you'll deal with because when kids struggle with mental health, it's like they become another person when they are not well. This kid that you raise that would never speak to you a certain way or raise a hand to you, all of a sudden they are flashing out and they are behaving in a way that is shocking to you. Absolutely, Miss Bug. Yeah, absolutely. I did this before the live earlier, but can I ask that we take a brief pause to send our thoughts and prayers to the families affected by the Catholic school tragedy? Absolutely, Miss Bug. You guys, please be in prayer for the families of the children, everybody affected by the Catholic school tragedy that happened. That was earlier. Was it earlier today, I think? Remember those families in your prayers, you guys. I think I saw it this morning, maybe. Says, I think Jace has anger issues, etc., but I think he needs professional help. Hopefully things will be okay. Absolutely. Barbara had him on medication for years and he had therapy for years. So maybe if he can get back on his medication, start back with therapy, maybe he'll be okay. Or he can at least be stable. Yeah, he could at least be stable. All right, guys. So we're going to look at this Q&A thing that she had. Also, earlier today or yesterday, she posted a picture of her and Kaiser and Inslee and she put something like 3 peas in a pod or something like that, and I'm like, I wonder if Jay sees that, if that makes him feel left out. Oh, Taylor, I hope so. I hope he feels like I advocate for him. All right, so somebody said, "Are you tired of always defending yourself? Because all we see are just constant excuses." And Janelle said, "Are you sick of asking me questions and following my life? I bet it's exhausting. Laugh my butt off. You put a lot of work into a stranger you've never met." That's not much work, typing a question. That's not really much work, Janelle. Why you on Tori's page saying pool day with the kids 15 minutes ago? And she said, and they're getting some sun. She knows I'm irritated with her. LOL. What? I don't get that one. But yeah, Janelle and Tori apparently have had some sort of falling out. What type of treatment help are you getting for Jace? That's no one's business. Well, Janelle, because you're not getting him any help, your mother is. Any tips on behavioral issues for a kindergartner? She's 5 and I'm overwhelmed. Please do not go to Janelle for advice on how to parent your children. Janelle says, I'm going to be completely honest. I held one of my kids back from kindergarten until the year after, and it gave them more time to mature. It was a suggestion from the principal at the time, and it worked. Girl, they said behavioral issues, not learning issues. She's just saying, like, they're in kindergarten, so this is around the age they are. Kindergarten. Behavioral issues. Where did she say they're struggling in kindergarten? I mean, maybe that's what they meant. I don't know, but that's not what I took from it. That's not what I took from it. To be honest, but whatever. Why is Jace always babysitting and you out with your friend? That's not being a mother 24/7. That's not true. I've been out twice. What? Since my friend moved in. I have a babysitter and use care.com. Actually, Jace has babysat 2 to 3 times his whole life. Wow. She said she was out twice since Tori moved in. Girl, you went to 2 bars in one night. And the fact that she just lies, so, like, even though you can prove differently, is what's really shocking as well. My stepdaughter has ODD and other issues. People have no idea what it's really like exactly unless you live it. And I'll say it's hard. I know 2 now grown kids that as they were children, they had ODD, and it is tough. Why did you let Tori move in? Trouble waiting to happen. Sometimes people aren't as ambitious as you and I need to realize that. Stop trying to help people. I'm too giving. Oh my goodness. They asked, why did you let Tori move in? Is trouble waiting to happen? They didn't say, hey, now that you've let Tori move in, I heard there's trouble in paradise. I'm confused with the way that she answers these questions because rumor has it Tori's back in North Carolina. Rumor has it that they had a falling out. ODD is oppositional defiant disorder. Rumor has it they have fallen out and she went back. Now, Janelle tried to downplay it to be like, oh, well, like she's getting back with her boyfriend and her dad is sick, so she's going back. But word on the curb is they got into it, right? She said what she's trying to do is she's trying to like take a dig at Tori. Sometimes people aren't as ambitious as you and I need to realize that and stop trying to help people. I'm too giving. So she's literally saying, like, oh, Tori's not as ambitious as I am. And I need to realize that. I need to stop trying to help people because I was too giving to Tori. The emergency hearing was last week, right? Like when he got to North Carolina, I'm assuming it had to be Barbara that filed for it because it said it was last week. Did you stop going out every night because you got called out by your son? I never went out every night. I had kids to take to school every day. No way I'm going to be hung over and doing that. Just because I don't post mom content 24/7 doesn't mean I stop. Girl, we know you'll take them kids to school hungover. Are you jealous that Tori has a BF boyfriend? Jealous of the anxiety and anger it caused her? Nah, no thanks. I'll stay single. Girl, what about the anxiety and anger David caused you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? It seems like you are jealous to answer like that, Jenelle. Really? To answer that way? Oh, jealous of the anxiety and the anger he causes her? No. Why didn't you just say, no, like, you know what? As long as my friend's happy, I'm happy for her. Hopefully it works out. That would be the mature answer. That would be the answer of someone that's not jealous. That answer screams like, I'm jealous, in my opinion. Right. If she even takes them to school, she probably pays someone to take them to school. You said you learned not to cuss, yet in all caps, you said F you to your son. Make it make sense. Yes, I cuss sometimes. That's not illegal, and I try not to. You should hear what I grew up with. We've heard Barbara. Do you read the Team on Reddit at all? It's crazy. Sorry, not trying to stir shiz up. Sometimes I do. They hate to love me. I'm their main character on that page. Tori does not have kids. How did you break your hand? What did you punch? She says, even worse. I don't know. LOL. Woke up after the club. We all fam. Just kidding. Woke up after the club and it was hurt. So how drunk were you? How drunk and high were you? To wake up with your hang around and be like, oh my God, I think my hand is broke. What did I do? I don't know. Did you stop going out every night? Oh, wait, I already read this one. Hold on. Do you feel that history is repeating itself now that Jace is acting like how you acted with your mom? That's a good question, and I've wondered that. Like I've wondered, does Jenelle ever think, wow, I gave my mom hell. Now I know what it feels like. She says, it's the way he was raised with my mom. I had to rewire myself out of being too reactive in situations and learn to sit and listen. Had to teach myself not to cuss every other word like I grew up with, and still working on it. I had to break the family cycle, and it's happening again, which means you didn't break the family cycle. If your kid is acting the way that you acted, that means you did not break the family cycle, Jenelle. And two, like Janelle's sister Ashley and her brother Colin are not like Jenelle. Why is it that they don't scream and they don't act that way? You know what I'm saying? But that's how Jenelle acts. And when Jenelle was 16 years old, 17 years old, what age was it? 17 years old, where they're outside and she's in her mom's face, yelling and cussing at her mom, talking about, you better get back in that house or I'm going to punch you. I'm going to hit you. You better get back in that house. I didn't hear Barbara saying, F you, Jenelle, I'll whoop your, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't hear Barbara responding that way. Barbara would get loud at times, and yes, she yelled at times, but I never remember hearing Barbara like threaten to physically hurt Jenelle. She would get mad. She would be like, you need to stay home and raise your baby. Raise your kid. I gotta go to work, Jenelle. Stay home. Stop going out. Stop going out getting high. Raise your kid. Yeah, I don't think it's broke either. She just exaggerates, whatever. Yeah. No, so she said her hand or her wrist, but I've seen like nurses comment on it, and too with me and with my son, like if you broke any part of it, they're gonna put something on it that hardens, and then they'll wrap it. So it's actually it's not like a cast unless you have to go get a cast, but before you go get a cast, they put something else under the ace bandage that hardens around it. Yeah, Barb can cuss for sure. Yeah, but I don't have very many memories of the show of her like talking to Jenelle the way that I feel like Jenelle talked to her way worse. You know, like she was your mom and she got on to you for sure, and she yelled at you for sure. But you threatened her and told her you would whoop her butt. If I ever told my mama, especially at my mama's own house, get back in that house before I lay you out, before I hit you, I probably wouldn't have even finished my sentence. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't have even finished my sentence, and I would have like woke up sometime later on in the grass. All right. So the fact that she says, I had to break the cycle. She said, I had to break the cycle and it's happening again. Yeah, because you didn't break the cycle. Is it true that you and Tori already had a falling out? No, but she's moving out next week. Her stepdad is having health issues and she's obsessed with her new man. How come whenever CPS comes, you fake an injury? CPS never came to my house. That was a lie everyone ran with once again. They don't come over for your 16-year-old being a babysitter for a night and let them come by. I have nothing to hide. That's not a fake injury. I mean, it's bruised. Sure. Yeah, you got a bruised hand. The fact that you don't remember how you got it is definitely that's weird. Like you went out to the club and you don't remember how you got a broke hand or how you messed your hand up. All right, let's see the next one.
Gotta run and get Bobby and go to the eye doctor.
Okay. How do you feel about Jace? It's a full circle moment, and hopefully he can change and follow the rules. But I have two other little kids to think of as well, and there will be. And this is one time I will agree with her. I don't know, like none of us knows how bad it's gotten at Janelle's house. Now here's the thing. Janelle's not trying to make anything any better because of the way she treats Jace, because of, constantly going out, continuing the OnlyFans, which Jace has voiced to her is embarrassing. He does not want her doing OnlyFans. She continues. It's super embarrassing. There's things that happen that obviously upsets Jace at that house, right? And it causes him to lash out. Now, I agree. When you have other kids, you have to take them into you have to take that into account. If you have one kid that is just like wilding out, beating up the house, absolutely you got to think about those other kids and you got to consider, is it okay for like should they be witnessing his behavior? And if not, do something about it. Do something about it. Okay. Remember Janelle's birthday when she had to go to the Kesha concert that was even arguing with the probation officer telling him, yep, that is literally will go down in history. You really are trash for speaking to your son like that in those texts. Do you know what transpired before that? Didn't think so. You've got some crop text to go off of, not a full conversation. Keep guessing. I got 6 kids. I got 6 kids. My oldest is 20, about to be 21. I got a 17-year-old, soon to be 18-year-old. And never have I said, you know what? F you. Never did it. I mean, as a parent, we are to show them how you respond when people mistreat you. We are to teach them how to respond in stressful situations when people are mistreating you, when things are not going right. And yeah, we're human beings, so we can obviously fall short and we can make those mistakes. But I don't know. I just feel like a big FU is wild to me, but that's just me. That's just me. And my mama cussed like a sailor when I was growing up. Like my mama's favorite words was like MFer, like literally. And maybe that's why like I'm not a cursor. Like I don't really cuss that much because growing up, like my mom did curse and her favorite word was MFer, but she never called us that. My mama never called us an MFer, never told us FU, never called us BITCH. She just cursed in general, you know? Just honestly, how have you truly been doing? Sad mostly every day. What happened with your kids? Nothing. LOL. They are at home with me sick. I just haven't posted them because of crazy people online. My kids' feelings are being hurt by comments and TikTok people talking badly about their mom. Yes, they have phones now. Then why are you allowing them to? I don't know. Don't let them have TikTok. I don't know. How do you feel about Jace? It's a full circle moment. Hopefully he can change and follow the rules. But I have two other. I think we already looked at this one. Okay. And here's some posts that she made on Facebook recently. No offense, but most the guys are all bums. So glad I moved away from Brunswick County. Don't let him fool you, Victoria Ryan, because Tori got back with her boyfriend, and that's one of the reasons Tori's moving back to North Carolina. And she's telling Tori, don't let him fool you. But then she also Where's the other one? Hold on. Where she called her mom manipulative, which we've already looked at that. Well, the Ashley posted it, but let's see. Yeah, my mom is the biggest manipulator I've ever met in my life. Panda says, my dad swears a lot never at us. We got told off until a certain age. I now find creative ways of swearing around my kids. I don't remember ever being sworn at. Yeah, like mother trucker. Same. But anyways, you guys, so yeah, Jenelle is not happy that a judge ruled against her as the mom because she wanted Jace to be put into some sort of facility. And the judge was like, no, he doesn't have to be. And once Jace is off probation, he will have more of a say so of where he goes. But from what I'm hearing, Jace wanted to be with Barbara. Like that's what he wanted to do, anyways. Let's see. Here's her Facebook page. Let's see if there's anything else posted. And then we'll have to get off. All right. Of course, I'm overstimulated. Look who I'm raising. Tyler just shared his shocking. So look, when people tell me, leave Jenelle alone, stop talking about her life, this is what I want to say. She literally talks about others. Like, go to her Facebook page. She's constantly sharing articles about other people's life. Here's a little video to her haters, I think she said. Reminding myself to be kind to that little girl, and I miss my dad. Memory lane. I love talking to creative people. Oh, hate me, but can't call me ugly. My mom is the biggest manipulator I've ever met in my life. Nah, girl, that's you. But hey, it takes one to know one. I honestly think sometimes your mom wants the best for you, but sometimes you think she's against you when she really is on your side. I do think you all have bad moments, but we forget our parents had a life before us. Haters be crazy. Now all of a sudden she has bronchitis. Yes, that's what happens when kids go back to school. It's like they want me to post symptoms online as soon as I have them. You know what? We don't know if y'all got bronchitis from the kids going to school or if you brought it home from the club. We don't know, Jenelle. Oh, and look at the Jace moved back to North Carolina. Details below. Read here why. Wow. Oh, here's one of the videos of her, out and about. What day was this? August 21st. When did he move back? When did he go back to North Carolina? Can somebody give me the date that he posted those? The 19th? Either the 18th or the 19th. I think she posted this like an hour or two after he made his post. So on the 19th, the night of the 19th, all that happened. The evening of the 19th. 2 nights later, she's back out. Draining out the noise when you're sad. Draining or drowning out the noise. Whatever. She's back out in the club. Where's she going here? Oh, Kesha, the 16th. Kesha concert. Hey. Oh, my best assets no one can take from me. Girl, let me just scroll over that. What's this? The 15th. Look, the 15th. At this point, we got the 15th. What is she doing here? Is the kids with her? Who knows? Let's just say, okay, the 16th, the 21st. So that's 3 times already that they went out in a very short period. The 15th. Oh, the 15th. 15th, 16th. What is this? The 14th. Oh, and the kids weren't with them there. So here's the 14th. Different clothing. So I would say, you know, maybe she just posted them days apart, but it's all different clothes. Okay. And this was the day that Tori moved in, because the 14th she took Jace for his birthday, took him for a helicopter ride, took him out to dinner, and then brought him home, went and picked Tori up, and then her and Tori went out. Let's see. So her friend was not there in no time, and they definitely went out more than twice. Oh, and here they are in North Carolina. I love my Can-Am. This is allegedly, this was David's part of the property. Jenelle got on her four-wheeler and allegedly cut donuts on David's part of the property. Look. Yeah, Tori moved in and is already moving out. Do y'all think she would do this on her part of the property, cut donuts like that? Just intentionally cutting donuts. Look at that. Jenelle, are you dumb? Because if that is his part of the property and the fact that you're tearing it up, you could get in trouble for that. I also noticed Kinley, David and Kinley had to go get some of David's things from the property. And Kinley like posted pictures of like one of his dirt bikes, and it said like no clutch cables necessary or something, which made me wonder, why is there no cables? Like what happened to the cables? Did Jenelle do something to them? Because after the judge ruled, you know, after they had their division of assets meeting, their mediation or whatever, and they split all their things, and the judge ruled that David would get a lot of other stuff, you know, like a lot of their vehicles, ATVs, whatever. Jenelle and her friend Ryan Dolph made a post that, oh, people were just going to freak out when David showed up to get his stuff. He was going to be shocked, like, oh, he's really going to freak out when he sees what we did to all his stuff. And then Kinley makes a post with the dirt bike saying no, like no clutch cables necessarily or something like that. So it made me wonder if she like damaged the vehicle, like damaged his stuff. And then to see her doing donuts allegedly on the part of property that David got, y'all, she's really that dense. She's really that dense to do that. Crazy. Right, Julius. Did you just ask if Jenelle was dumb? I mean, you know, not really. True story. Jenelle was never cared about that kid. She just played like she did, especially when Nathan was around the first time. Then he finally woke up and left her, and it really got bad when David came around. Barbara won't be able to handle him. Will probably also end up as a teen dad parent, or Barbara finally gave custody over because he was so out of control. She said in her trouble with the law. She reminds me of Patrick from SpongeBob, dumb AF. She is like Patrick from SpongeBob. She's a revenge foo? What is that? Oh, revengeful. I'm like, what is revengeful? She is revengeful. Oh my goodness. I'm like, I think that was like some Canadian word, like Canadian slang for like fool or dumb. You mean revengeful, right? The weed doesn't help with mental issues. Jenelle is exactly. And let me tell you, if he ends up with lifelong issues due to her allowing him to smoke marijuana at such a young age, she will regret that for the rest of her life. I was trying to write it. Gotcha. But anyways, you guys, so that's the update on Jace. He is back with Jenelle. Sources are saying he's happy. He's doing online schooling. And this is where he wants to be. He wants to be back in North Carolina. He wants to be with Barbara. Jenelle was not happy about it. She requested that he be sent to some sort of facility. There are people saying like this might not be good because he was already, you know, away with Barbara. So what if he doesn't calm down? What if he continues to act out with Barbara? You know, Barbara is older there's no man in her house that can kind of help her with him. And he is, I mean, he's 16, so he's probably bigger than her at this point. So, yeah, he is back with Barbara. Did I say something different? I said Jenelle. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. He's back with Barbara. He is not back with Jenelle. He's back with Barbara. But you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I should have did a call in, but we're almost at an hour. So I'm not going to do a call in today, but we will be doing a call in soon, you guys. Also, I did a giveaway for subscribers. We had 100,000 subscribers a few weeks back. And one of my moderators, I don't know if she wants me to shout her out, so I've not said anything. But one of my moderators donated $100 for the giveaway. And Amanda Haynes won the giveaway. I posted the video, but it's private, but I will be releasing the video soon just to let everybody know who won the giveaway. But yeah, shout out to my mod that donated the $100. And shout out to Amanda Haynes for being the winner. Sean did like a random comment picker where he, poor dude, had to go in and enter all the names. It was like over 400 names of people that commented on the post, and he had to enter them all in. And it randomly selected a winner, and it was Amanda Haynes, and she's already gotten her prize, but the video will go up shortly. Yeah, go Amanda. And she was like so happy about it. She said she never wins anything, so I'm so glad that she was able to win. That girl hasn't regretted a dang thing. No, she hasn't. She really hasn't. Like, no accountability. But you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Also, if you're keeping up with the Emmanuel Haro case, the missing 7-month-old that his parents claimed that he was kidnapped in Ukaipa back on August 14th. And now, as it turns out, the parents have been arrested for murder. The baby has still not been located. If you want to keep up with that story, I am covering that over on Fatal Files with Elle, my true crime channel. I have several videos up about that case, so you guys can go check them out. Also, don't forget, Sean has his channel as well, 10 Piece. Check him out, and I will see you guys back here shortly. I'll probably do one more video today on here, but we do have to leave in like 2 hours to go to a football game. So if I don't get to hop on at least one more time, I'll see y'all tomorrow. But if not, I'll be back on shortly. Bye, guys.